You're starting, aren't you?
I thought you were starting.
You told me you were going to say something, and then I was going to say something. We had this all planned out. We had a plan, Stephen.
So Jen.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Oh, terrible. Start again.
So Jen.
Hello, Steve.
Semantics has been around for a while now.
Yeah, it's been around for a number of years, and in that time, it's really moved to the core of all of the solutions that we were building for our customers.
Yeah, it's kind of mainstream now, isn't it?
It has. I mean, it really has become quite mainstream. And I remember when we first released Semantics, we had to educate customers about what are semantics and why is that interesting. And maybe if we had a champion in an innovation lab or somebody who's doing a science experiment, they'd grab a hold of it. But now what we find, our customers are really coming to us and asking for semantics. They really understand the value, and we're seeing applications of semantics across many more use cases than I think we ever could have imagined. Much more pragmatic day-to-day business challenges.
Right. And those use cases seem to have fallen into just a handful of patterns, right?
Yeah, so we've got our search pattern, which I think was our earliest and still probably most common pattern. The ability to take standards documents, which are semantically very weak, don't have a lot of keywords in them, and apply semantics to be able to build really high quality search applications so that folks working in a technical field can come and use, say, the words cardiac catheter and identify that that's an implantable medical device. So the search applications were really foundational. I think the second wave of use cases that we've seen for semantics are intelligence applications. And that could be government intelligence applications where you want to find out everything about a suspect or a victim. It could be trader surveillance, where you want to see the behavior of a single individual. It could be just understanding your customer, a basic customer 360. Using semantics to be able to know everything that you know about your customer. Turns out that really simplifies that process.
Right, and that allows for these nice visualizations where you have a graph that shows how things link together, but documents behind those so you can drill down where you need to.
And that combination, that multi-model capability really enriches that experience for users. It gives them new ways to be able to navigate and find and discover content without losing that fidelity of data that you would get if you had to split your triples into a triple store and your documents into another database. The fact that you can do a combined query and you can visualize that all over the data in one go means that the experience for users is that much richer and that much faster to finding data.
And it's much different from the traditional search application, which is a box and some blue links. And it's also very different from your analytics type application, which is pie charts and bar charts.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of the kind of analytics work that we do, the solutions that we build are really, you have your quantitative analytics that you can get with your BI tools and whatnot, but it's really more qualitative. You're really trying to understand not just how many things you have, but what are those things to begin with? What is the thing that I'm trying to count? Yeah, how are they related? How are they interconnected? And that's really hard to do without semantics. I mean, I can't imagine how other technologies do that without semantics effectively. It's simply the fastest, easiest, and most pragmatic way to do that kind of work.
And what about data integration? We talk a lot about data integration with MarkLogic nowadays. Semantics helps there too, right?
Absolutely, and I think this is one of the use cases that I don't think I could have predicted, was just how effective semantics is as a tool for data integration. I think MDM projects for a very long time relied on building a canonical model up front, trying to get everything into the database, and then hoping that things are going to all fit and that you'll be able to build a single record. But with our approach to Agile data mastering, which relies heavily on semantics, you can actually start to progressively build that model in the database. And so, not only are you cutting off the ETL part of your project because you can ingest everything into MarkLogic as is, but you're also cutting down the amount of time you have to spend doing data modeling, and you have to spend doing schema design, because you can simply use semantics to start to identify the relationships. And that's how we start to persist objects and entities in the database using semantics. I mean, it's pretty cool stuff.
So what about MarkLogic World? Are we going to see a lot of these innovative use cases at MarkLogic World?
Absolutely. I think you're going to find that almost every customer coming to MarkLogic is going to tell you a little bit about a semantics use case. They probably won't mention it's a semantics use case because every use case these days has semantics in it. But rest assured, they are all semantics use cases.
Excellent. Okay, see you in San Francisco in May.
Fantastic.